Satu Dave. Yeah, it's Sunday and it's time to sit and bullshit a little bit. How y'all doing? So, I mentioned a few weeks back that I was going to kind of shut down, like taking orders from more people that want stuff right away here. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So if you got something we already talked about that you wanted to send my way, now's last call because it's already getting hot. You can see the fans behind me here. AC kicking. Like right now it's okay, but we're mid-90s in the middle of the day now, so the shop's starting to get warm. I got other stuff I want to get done out there. The various other reasons that I've kind of mentioned before. It's just I got to get all my stuff together so I can do what I want to do moving forward. And I got to basically pause before I can go forward. That's not like I'm going to stop everything altogether, but I'm going to be very selective about what I take. So if you got something you still want to send, by all means, hit me up. But like you'll see, this week was kind of a busier week for me because some projects I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I got a few in that I just needed to get through. It's starting to feel like I got to do it versus I want to do it. And that's not the right attitude that I want to have. Like, it's not a job. It's not a business. I don't make money doing this. Matter of fact, I lose money doing it. And as I'm talking, I'm going to try to impose, if I haven't already, some work that I did. One was like a screw repair for Kyle Coonley I did. Then I did a regrind on what used to be Scotch and Things knife, and then it became Kyle's knife. A Hinder. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh yeah, the scale from Mitch. So Steve and Mitch both wanted a Project X scale. I did, I don't know, that CNC version. I'll show you in a minute here. I did that, I don't know, at least a year ago at this point, maybe even longer. I don't know how long it's been. But my Project X, actually, I got it from Mitch. So it's kind of cool that full circle wise, I get to work on his and kind of put the mods that I wanted on mine on his. Steve has said he was going to send me his. I just don't know when he's going to be. So whenever Steve comes, I'll do his scale as well. But I haven't done anything from the raw part of it yet. And then I also did 3 other mods. I'll throw those in here in a second and get all the customer mods done all at once so that you guys can see them without having to waste a ton of time in the video. You can just listen to me ramble while you watch that parts of it, whatever, however I end up doing it. Let's see. Yeah, so since the 40 days, I've bought a few knives now. So just to recap, this was the first one I got. This is a Mangana Steel Kamano. I freaking love that knife, man. Like, something about this knife, the design, overall feel. It's probably because I haven't had an Emerson in a long time. And this also seems a lot more fidgetier. For some reason, it's just real satisfying. I do plan on modifying it, but I think I'm going to do different modify. I'm going to modify this differently than I originally had thought. And we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. It's just, it's subtleties of the action that I want to kind of clean up a little bit and just change and see if I can make it more what I like in a knife. But the design, I love the design. The other one that I got, which I think I told you last week, was the Gigantes. This thing has been sick. I love this freaking knife. The action's cool. Who else? I can't remember who I was talking about with it. But yeah, it's a kind of a butt ugly design. Like, from a visual standpoint, it's not the prettiest design. But functionally and in hand, I found it to be great. I was a little bit worried about how long the blade was when I first got it, or in general before I got it. But I haven't had any issues at all. I actually like carrying it. It's not bad carrying it. It's actually light compared to what I normally carry, or somewhat light. I guess it's in line of what I normally carry. But I got another one, and if you could watch it on Instagram or see it on Instagram, I guess. I posted a picture of the Teutons. Well, I'd already had this one from Plethora Blades. This is a Megalodon. And then my bro, Carco Chris, had this one. And he was putting it up for sale. And I was like, you know what, man? Like, I don't think I would have went and looked for another Megalodon. But this one popping up and being a bro that was selling it to, I just jumped on it, man. So, like, now I got 2 Megalodons. I was asked which one is better. They're almost exactly the same. Like, it's hard to put it in words, but the action, the feel, the fit, everything on them is almost identical. So it's a matter of which one you like the look of better. Grinds, everything's almost identical. So I did get another Megalodon, and very happy to have it added to the collection. Man, this is just one of the, if you're into big flippers, you gotta try Megalodon. This is something unique, even from Dan's line. Like it doesn't feel like some of his other knives. Like it's just something different about the Megalodons. It's just everything is dialed in perfect. It's a great knife. And as Chris and I do when we send stuff back and forth, we always send extra stuff seemingly anyhow. At least he does to me most of the time. I've sent him a few, I think, but not very many because his tentacles are wider spread than me. He gets a lot of knives in and out. And you guys could probably see I do too. But you know, like he really gets a lot of interesting pieces. And some that I've never seen before from the maker and that sort of thing. Like, so this is just an example. Like I got this Mr. G from him, which I believe Mr. G is Croatian. I'm not 100% sure, but if you know otherwise, let me know. I actually just talked to Chris about that a minute ago. Dalibor, which I'm 99% sure he's Croatian. Both of these have been modified by me, of course. And now, Dario, which is Direct Knives, or Direct Steel. This is his Toucan, and this is a lefty version. So I had never seen the makers work, and I just kind of wanted to see it. And this is the progression of how I'll roll in my knife collection now. I saw this, I messaged the maker, and I've got a deposit on. It's actually a different model. It's called the Degman, but Dario's works sick. And he's supposed to be at Blade Show, so I hope to meet him and see him there. Maybe he'll have something that we can snag there too. I don't know, but I got a deposit on a Degman already. This thing, being a lefty, kind of messes me up as far as like the action. Like I seen a video from Ken Faulkner. He got a lefty by accident, and he was actually kind of digging on it. But me personally, man, my brain does not. If I do it left-handed, it's okay. If I'm playing it with the right hand, every single time I go to the wrong side to try to do it, and I got to figure out where to do it. So it's like retraining my brain to do automatic stuff. And then being that it's a lefty, my thumb sits right on that lock bar. I can't flick it for shit. Not that, but the build quality on this, like I don't know what they're putting in that Croatian water, but whatever it is, they're making some badass bruisers of knives. So a maker to definitely check out. Obviously, there'll be more of that in the future. Let's see what else. Let me grab some of this stuff real quick. Hang on one second. So a while back, I had traded my RSK Orca. It went to Jose, which I'm assuming Jose's got it still. Something about that knife just never agreed with me. I like the overall size of it, just like something about the feel and fit of it, and I don't know, it didn't sit with me. I don't know why. So this first one, it's been on the channel before. This is the Paragon. This one used to belong to Steve Clare, and then somehow in the wheeling and dealing between Steve and Chris, this became Chris's. And this one I've talked about before. I probably wouldn't seek out one like this because of the carbon fiber scale. But as you've seen earlier, I'm starting to make more of my own scales, kind of sort of by hand. So I figured, why not make my own scale for this one? Get rid of this side of it, keep this side of it, do a little something different. I'll probably finish this one different, but not 100% done with the trade. I'm gonna send Chris some knives and see if we can't work out a trade for it. But I think this Paragon is probably gonna stay. And while I'm talking about RSKs, I'd never seen one of these. This is the Mayhem. This is the custom Mayhem. I know they got a, I don't even know who makes it. Is it Vosteed? I don't know, somebody. Billy, if you see this, remind me who it is, because I know we looked at it at the Blade Show last year, the production. I think it's a pre-production model that before it came, but I know it's out now. But anyway, this is the custom version of the Mayhem. But what to say on this one compared to the two? Let's just see if we can hear it. So close to the mic. You hear that lock up on that one, how it sounds solid. Action feels pretty good. It's a heavier blade. Blade stock and stuff and blade length are about the same, but you hear how that one, let me see if I can do it one more time. So I don't know if you heard it or not. It just doesn't, it don't have that robust lockup. This kind of sort of sounds and feels more like the Orca does than the Paragon does. I know the last time I got that Paragon, I tweaked it a little bit for Steve, and that's kind of the way I want it. So I don't know that I could or couldn't with this one. I'm not willing to take it apart. And talking with Chris, he was definitely more into this design than he was the Paragon. Paragon is definitely more my style. This is still a pretty good size knife, but like what I'm finding from a lot of, say, the overbuilt, but like newer generation kind of overbuilt, they make the handles thinner this way. And so like they're almost like bigger knives for smaller handled people. And you know, the blade stock's not as thick on these as like some. Let's see, let's just do a sawtooth for instance. So Sawtooth and RSK. So you can see the Sawtooth is still a thicker knife scale and everything, like, and obviously taller too. So this is more what I would consider normal for me. I do have a lot of knives that are bigger than the Sawtooth, and a lot of knives that are smaller than the Sawtooth. But like, you know, as a general rule, that's pretty much average for me. So, you know, I'm not overwhelmed with the action or the feel of the lock itself, and then the handle being super small. So that's, but the look of this one, he killed that look, dude. I love that look. So I don't know how he's creating the different, like almost looking bark looking texture, but then you look at it, he's got copper inlays he's pressed in and then flushed over to give it that kind of copper look, copper back spacer, copper pocket clip with his other pocket dots that he's done there. It's great look and finish, man. Great style of that finish. I really like it. Cool ass knife to check out. So thanks again for Chris letting me check it out. The Darac's going back to Chris. This is going back to Chris. But hopefully the Paragon will stay. We shall see. We never know. See what else we got to talk about. Oh yeah, I forgot to do those, so I got to do a video on those in a minute and edit it in. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I'm gonna edit in some stuff. Call it done. I don't know how long is the video gonna be. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna call it done for the week. See you all next week. Hope you have a great week. Later, y'all.